Last hour, we brought you a CBS News investigation revealing that more than 50,000 guns, once in the possession of law enforcement around the country, have turned up at crime scenes since 2006. CBS News partnered with the nonprofit newsrooms The Trace and Reveal on that investigation.
A survey of 200 police agencies nationwide found a majority sell their guns when they upgrade to new ones. So we wanted to know the policies at our local departments and if those old guns could be going back out on the streets. Here's what KDKA investigator Erica Stanish uncovered.
When you join the force, some departments provide officers weapons, while others tell you what to buy and you're later reimbursed. But what happens to those weapons when they need upgraded? Which departments are trading their weapons for new ones? And what happens once they're sold after being traded? These are all questions we took to our local departments to learn if their weapons could possibly ever end up in the wrong hands. Uniontown police officers are constantly training.
There's thousands of rounds put through our weapons a year in training and qualifications.
They have 20 officers at their department, and when they start, the department provides their service weapons to them. Same with Elizabeth Township Police 30 miles up the road.
Every 5 to 7 years, our firearms staff assess the weapon, its efficiency, its wear and tear, and then we normally will get a amortization schedule for the fair market value of that firearm. We offer a buyback program to our sworn members, and then we upgrade to the latest weapon system that is comparable to what we just sold back.
Both departments say when upgrades are needed due to wear and tear or technology advancements, they choose to trade their duty weapons in. In order to do so, the departments are required by federal law to take their unwanted weapons to a certified federal firearms licensed dealer in order to trade them in for something new rather than opting to destroy them.
I mean, as a fiduciary for the municipality, it's in the best interest of public tax dollars to ensure that we get some sort of return value on the asset as opposed to just having it destroyed.
So what happens to the guns once they're traded? We reached out to Markle Supply in Pittsburgh and Officer Supply in Chalk Hill, two local FFL dealers who trade and sell weapons with local police departments. Markle Supply says the weapons turned over to them are first made available for the officers of the department to buy back for personal use.
Again, you're training with it weekly and monthly and then qualifying with it a couple times a year. So there's a personal attachment to the weapon, and almost everybody tries to buy their weapon back.
But before an officer can buy their weapon back, they have to have a background check like anyone else.
The buyer has to present a valid state-issued ID, driver's license or state-issued ID card, fill out the federal form 4473, as well as fill out the Pennsylvania Insta-Check handgun form. And then that information is submitted to the Pennsylvania State Police, who in turn also submits it to the FBI in Washington, D.C. to run a background check on the individual to take possession of the gun.
We ask if those service guns could ever end up back in public circulation. Markle Supply said there are scenarios where the guns can end up on the shelf at a local FFL dealer, a regular gun store where anyone, officer or background checked resident, could buy them.
You guys work every day to prevent crime. How would you feel to know if one of your weapons that were sold to the distributor and then maybe sold to the public ended up being used in a crime here locally?
I think any weapon that's used in a harmful way is going to bother me. I don't think it's going to make a difference anymore, any less that it was previously owned by a police officer.
We would never do business with that vendor again, and I would take it another step further and sit down and have a discussion with the Allegheny County District Attorney to see if there was some violations that happened that something like that could even occur.
We also reached out to the Officer Store, another FFL dealer that sells and trades with local police. No one responded, but its website shows police trade-in guns are available to buy. KDKA Investigates also asked bigger departments about their gun policies. Pittsburgh Police requires their officers to buy their own at their own expense. According to their firearms policy, officers cannot lend, sell, or dispose of their service weapon unless the transaction is made through an authorized licensed dealer. Allegheny County Police and Ross Township also requires their officers to buy their own, but they are reimbursed. From there, officers own that weapon and can choose to either keep their service weapon or sell it or trade it in when it comes to buy a new one.
Coming up tomorrow, CBS News has traced a former police department service weapon from New Jersey to a crime scene right here in Pittsburgh. I'll have more on that case and a collaborative story with reporters from our sister stations in New York and Baltimore. That's tomorrow at 5. Erica Stanish, KDKA-TV News.